Alright, let's review the Daytona Duels, the Can-Am Duels, however you want to call it. I still call it the Gatorade Duels. Let's go. So if you guys, hopefully you do know how the duels work, but if you don't know how the duels work, you got two races. They're qualifying races, mainly heat races, 60 laps each, two segments. The first segment is to lap 25, second segment is to lap 60, a caution in between. Heat race number 1 was basically cars qualified first, third, fifth, all the odd numbers. That's heat race number 1, and then race number 2 is the even numbers, second, fourth, sixth, on and on. So in race number 1, and personally I think it was the stronger side of the field. I think most of you guys would agree with that. You had Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Keselowski, Logano, Chase Elliott, a bunch of others that I can't even name right now, Suarez, just a lot of really talented drivers on that side of the field. I know I missed like a bunch there, but there were a lot of good drivers. Logano went down a lap early because of ride height issues, and this was probably going to be a common mistake for some of the teams because they're using their Daytona 500 car, and when you use your Daytona 500 car, you have to basically estimate the ride height for a night race since you're doing it in the day. They did not have practice earlier because of the rain, so it wasn't surprising to see a mistake from a team. Doesn't matter what team, but it was not surprising for the ride height issues. Logano got back on the lead lap. He was fine afterwards. Kyle Busch led the end of the first segment, but he took no tires on the pit stop, and that didn't work out for him. The racing overall was really good. I think the racing was much better in Heat 1 than it was in number 2. But you did have this incident with Reed Sorensen, and that was not fun to see. Paul Menard was involved in it as well. It was a very hard hit for Sorensen. There was an amazing save in the race. It was with Kyle Busch. He was in the middle of it, and they made contact. They were 3-4 wide, and I honestly thought they should have wrecked. They didn't wreck. I can't show you the footage because I don't have it and copyright issues, but I can't show you that, but it was an amazing save. And then the end of the race, Chase Elliott blocking both lanes. I will say I was not expecting Chase Elliott to do very well in the race. He hasn't done well in restrictor plate races so far in his career, but he showed me something today. He was incredibly aggressive, switching both lanes and guarding both lanes, which is what you have to do. But he looked like Brad Keselowski in the 24 car. He looked like Denny Hamlin. He looked like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. He looked like a veteran restrictor plate race car driver who was aggressive, but aggressively mature, as I would say. There's ways to be aggressive and you lose control of the car, and there's ways to be aggressive and make the right moves. He was very, very aggressive with where he placed his car in terms of whipping the car from lane to lane. Really. What's the word I'm looking for? Really snappy movements, like a real turn on the wheel where you could lose the stability of the car, but the car looked very stable in clean air. The Hendrick cars looked fine. I mean, Elliott was in clean air, so when you're in clean air, you're not going to get that loose off turn 4. But yeah, Chase Elliott won the race. I don't think this can count officially as his first career win. It's his first win in the Monster Energy Cup series. And it doesn't go down as his first career one because it's not a points race, but he did get points for winning the duel, which is important. And by the way, Monster, oh my, bravo, I appreciate you. Okay, on to heat number 2, or qualifying race number 2, whatever you want to call it. This one was not as entertaining as I would say. I think most of you agree with me on that. The first segment, it was filled with Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Denny Hamlin, Clint Bowyer. Those are the main guys. And Kurt Busch as well, but they kind of just ran the top line, and it wasn't really that exciting. The racing did pick up in the second half, but and Junior was leading with about 2 to go. He was leading almost the entire race, but Denny Hamlin got a very nice run, and this is what we could see in the Daytona 500, is that drivers are starting to learn. If you looked last year and the year before that, drivers didn't know how to get the run because there was this bubble of air, but now drivers are learning how to get a run. It's basically when the leader is in front and there's side by side behind them, no one's going to get the run. The leader can block. But if second place can clear the inside lane, that's the key. When second place clears the inside or outside lane, one of the two, most of the time it's outside, they get this really big run from the car behind them, and then they can burst through the bubble of air and get down and get below. That's what Denny Hamlin did. He was the second place car. He was getting side drafted on the inside lane. He got the push from behind, got past the inside lane, and then he was in a spot where Junior was in front, and he had all this space with a big run. He was able to catapult right underneath Junior, or above Junior actually, and made sure to get the win. That's something I like to see. I like to know that the drivers, experienced drivers, know how to do it. Keselowski, Hamlin, Logano, Harvick, Jr. Maybe throw Chase Elliott in there since he won, but you know, they know, Kyle Busch, Kenseth, they know how to get these runs now, and that's why they're the favorites to win the 500. Those guys are the favorites because they know what it takes at the end of the race to do what has to be done. Guys, those were the duels. Exciting races. Definitely something that I'm looking forward for the 500 for. I really hope the train thing doesn't happen in the 500. I know it usually happens every restricted play race, but that really lets me down when they just run the train on the high line. It's really bothering me. I'll review the Daytona 500. I'll probably upload that Monday morning, not immediately after the race, but Monday morning you'll probably see that up there. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a great day. If you're new to the channel, go check it out, see what's on there, and hopefully hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button. I apologize for not being able to show that much footage because of copyright issues. I just can't show the footage. But hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'll see you guys later. On to the Daytona 500. Peace out.